Hello, bonjour. What if I tell you that a few minutes of your day can increase the value of your food, your time, your money, your health? Today I'm teaching you the power that is incredible in that little seed, the Beluga lentil. The nutritional content in that seed is unbelievable. And how this little seed will boost the digestibility of the protein and unlock the antioxidant if you sprout it. Very simple to do. Ready? Let's do it. So we start with, and I'm going to show you various ways to sprout it so that you can adapt to what you can do at home, okay? So I suggest that at first you start with a smaller quantity, buy a smaller package or the bulk section maybe in your grocery, you can have it. Beluga lentil are dark like this when you start. And then you add a small quantity into a bowl and add water. And then give it a little swish. And then you use a strainer. And rinse. You add water. And you leave it to soak for 8 hours, 12 hours overnight. Leave it to soak on your counter at room temperature. You could also use a jar. Put the seed in the jar, add water, and do the same thing that I'm going to show you next. So, once they've soaked for 12 hours, you pour them into your strainer again. And if you had them in a jar, you pour the water out. And then you give them a rinse. And then you put them back into the bowl here. And you cover them just like to mimic nature. What happens in nature is your seed is going to be in the ground, and then you water your garden, or the rain falls, and then the seed starts to grow, but it's in the dark. So you do the same thing. You put your seeds like this in the dark. If you were to have your seed in your jar with a mesh top, and then you will do the same thing. You have your jar on an angle. I have a little tray here. Your jar on an angle, put it down like this, let the water to drain. So that's very important that the water keeps draining. And then what you do is twice a day, you rinse it. Very important to rinse the seeds twice a day. Get used to maybe do it at mealtime or morning, night. Find a time in the day that you do it. And then you just remember, put the timer on your phone. That's also a way to do it. I use a timer a lot myself, so I don't forget. So there you go. You leave it in there for 2-3 days. It depends on your home. It depends on the heat, the humidity, and all that, where you are in the world. It just depends on that. But let me show you what happens after 2.5-3 days. See, I have mine here. Yes, I have a large strainer or sieve. It's because I do food for clients. I eat that myself quite a bit, love it. So that's why I use a larger sieve like that, or a larger strainer like this one. But look at the sprouts. It double, triple in size. It's pretty amazing. Look at what it is underneath here. Isn't it cool? So that's what happened after 2-3 days. You have all that food. And then if it's in a jar, then you can see that this is what happened if it's in a jar. So you could do it in a jar as well. Like I said, do it so it's practical for you in your home. Now, what you can do after that is you can keep them in the fridge for up to 5 days, but it's important that they breathe. So you would keep them into a jar, keep it with the mesh top, or you put them in a bowl and just put a cloth over. But it's important for them to breathe, so they will last for 5 days fresh and everything. Then what I do myself, well, as you can see, I have a lot, so I have to do something with them, so I keep them and preserve them. So what I do is I dehydrate them. And I'll show you. There, see the result? It's dehydrated, so 24 hours at 118 Fahrenheit for 24 hours. Don't worry, someone said, well, my gosh, must cost you a fortune in electricity. No, it doesn't. It costs me, my electricity is on average $40 a month. And I do prepare food for other clients. So my dehydrator, they are on average, you know, dehydrating something for 100 hours a week. So don't worry about, there's no cost, way less cost than a stove, because a stove requires much more power to actually get to the temperature than this dehydrator. So they're ready to use when I need them. I don't have to think, all right, I have to sprout my beluga lentil because 2 days from now I'll be doing 𝗵𝗃𝗵. I have them ready. When they're ready like this, depending on my client, if I need to cook them, I just put them into my Instant Pot and I cook them. I steam them for some others, same thing. I just put them in and steam them. When I steam them, I'll show you. And just one more thing before I continue. I have so much to tell you. So you might say, I don't have the money to invest into a dehydrator like this, or I don't have the room, or you know, something like that. You can use, this is a 𝗏𝗻, and I did the test. It works perfectly. You can use a 𝗏𝗻 that also dehydrates. And also what it does is it's also a unit that you can cook and roast, and you know, if other people in the family cook, you can have that unit to do the same. So it's multiple function, but it does dehydrate, so it's great for that. Where was I? So I was going, oh yeah. I have to remember. Okay, so the next thing I want to tell you is when I use them. So if I cook them in an Instant Pot, I simply put, I'll put it in the description below. Actually, in the description below, you have even more information on the beluga lentil. Click on the link and you'll see it's such a powerful food to have and inexpensive, really, compared to all that it gives you. Okay, so then I was going to say, yes, when I steam them for clients, I have to make them back to that state of being fresh like this. So what I do is I soak them the night before. There you go, I'll put them on that plate. So you see, when you soak them the night before, you're back to having them just when they were freshly sprouted like this. So that's why I'm saying it's so practical. You sprout a bunch, you dehydrate a bunch, and anytime you need them, it's a question of overnight soaking, or you know, you can cook them right away if they're dehydrated in your Instant Pot. It makes life so easy. That's why I do it this way. Because I'm being asked, well, why do you sprout and do you dehydrate? You put them back to being dry again. That's why. Now you know why. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to spread them on a tray. And you would simply have, here I have a Tiflex sheet. If you do it in your oven, it would be parchment paper. We'll do the same. So you put a quantity on your plate. Well, in my case, I put a quantity here on my tray. And I put enough so that it won't be too thick, though. Maybe ½ inch thick, you know, once you spread it. I use a ruler. And I can use my hands with this one. They won't stick to my hand. If you have something that sticks, use a scraper like this. See? You can use a scraper. It will do the work as well. There you go. And then you dehydrate them for 24 hours. Why 24 hours? Because I had a cafe, and when I had my cafe, all my food went to a lab to be tested. And when I do 24 hours, it reduces the water content in the food so that it becomes shelf stable. That's why 24 hours at 118 degrees Fahrenheit. And then into your dehydrator. And yes, the beauty of a dehydrator, it's easy. You just walk away. It's 24 hours. With your oven, you'll have to test. I cannot tell you how long. It depends on your oven. It depends how low you can bring the temperature. And then test it at first. And then you'll see with time, we know what's the best for you. If you are worried about, you know, is it dehydrated enough, just keep them in your fridge. But they will keep longer, definitely, because you will have taken some of the water content out of the food. There you are. This food has nutrition like it's unbelievable, actually. And Click on the link, see what it is for yourself. And also in the description, you'll have a recipe where I use those Beluga lentil. You can use them in so many things, but just to give you an idea. You know what? It could be a fun project to do with a child also, to see how the seeds grow. It would be just awesome. We'll see you in the next video. Enjoy. Please subscribe.